for someone that really has a lot of passion and a lot of drive and a lot of dumb luck, that it still works. And I think that although there's different predictions whether it's going to be 3 years or 5 years from now, whether, at what point digital downloads are outselling physical goods, but at the same time CD sales are like 50% of what they were at the beginning of this century. Vinyl sales are going through the roof everywhere. And that's a really cool thing to see for an aging hippie like me, as you say. It's just different ways of looking at it, but hopefully there'll be a lot of cool independent stores, ourselves and others out there that are there for people in that regard. Because going back to the ease of recording, and Al talking about someone being able to fart and sell a 99-cent download, the bar's been lowered a lot too on the ease of somebody being able to get their music out there. And yes, anyone can do it now. There's lots of devices to do it. So there has to be a filter, and that's one of the roles that a good record store, a good music writer, a good blogger, a good booker, those are the filters that we all need and depend on.
And for Vallejo, just to build that infrastructure, just to become a smarter band, and I say infrastructure a lot because I think that's what bands need to kind of concentrate on building now, is just this thing that will take you, once we can't go on the road anymore, that I don't care about anything. I love music, so I don't care about, my wife's like, when are you going to get a real job? And I'm just like, music is my job. So for me, I just want to be able to do music my whole life. So to build this infrastructure, whether it's publishing, something that will live on for my kids, and stuff like that. In 5-10 years, is to build something that will always be here, even whether we're on the road or not here or whatever, and just kind of build a musical legacy that hopefully people will remember the band, once we're gone. So.
All right, as far as Pachanga goes, definitely. One of the reasons that Alex and I did what we did is, if you look at the demographics, 1 in 5 kids that's 18 years old right now is Latino or Hispanic. The demographic, 50% of Austin that's 18 years old is Hispanic. So it's I love, there's a lot of super cool, exciting stuff that's going on right now. There's a blend of the traditional, a blend of the stuff that we grew up on in, and it's just freaky stuff, and it needs to get out there and be exposed to more and more people.
I think we do what musicians always do, which is to live in the silver lining of any given situation. You take what you know works in the past and you embrace the new shit. You can't be sad that the old stuff's gone, because it may or may not come back around in your lifetime. You don't know that. But what you do know is that birds know what they're doing when they're traveling. Don't look at my touring schedule because I'm going to Canada on Thursday, but typically speaking, you start small in circles that you can manage, and no matter where you're from, this is live music capital of the world, given. Aside from that, you have to leave. Each musician has to be an ambassador, or else who's going to hear about it and who's going to care what happens at home, except the people who are at home. So you leave, you go new places, you find new stuff, and in the journey, you get turned on to stuff that you'd never hear otherwise. This is why festivals, like what y'all do on the road, same thing, like folks who hit High Sierra Fest and then come and check out the Fun Fest. It's like 2 different worlds that they would never get to see had they not existed. And I feel that that's so important, and it's not just for money reason, it's for the sake of the art itself. And you have to realize that if you want to play music again, then your enjoyment, the pleasure of it is that you get to play music. If you want to be a financial success, hey man, it's not impossible, but you have to have enough money saved ahead where you can pay the guys in your band and everyone who's affiliated with you, and then save up a little bit that you don't look at, it doesn't exist. That's what you take a chance on. That's your take a chance money. And it's about 2 months. It ain't quite like a wedding ring, but it's about 2 months. Take a chance on that shit once a year and see what happens.
Do you find that you're having a greater electronic presence, or are you still primarily performing
40%, 40% downloads, but the most of our sales actually still happen in actual CD form, and a lot of it's at shows because people want something signed. And I've actually had one person bring me his laptop to sign, but that's a very rare thing. It's the CD, so they're still there for a good reason.